Hey Astro Kids, and welcome back. This is your December 2019 horoscope for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And as always, I'm using the Barbie Aries Zodiac Oracle deck, the Connolly Tarot deck, the Rider Tarot deck, and playing cards. And so we're going to take a look at the cards, and we're also going to look at these major transits for the month of December. So on December 2nd, we start off with Jupiter and Capricorn. And so right now, Jupiter is in its last few days of being in its home sign of Sagittarius, where it is opening doorways. It is bringing us these opportunities and lessons and experiences. And so what doorways are you open to? Because as Jupiter moves out of its home sign of Sagittarius, it moves into its fall position at its weakest position in Capricorn. And we see that as Jupiter moves into Capricorn, things start to become much more solid. And Jupiter in Capricorn is ultimately asking for hard work and consistency to get to your ultimate destination. So where is destiny going to take you? What doorways are you willing to open in your life? And on December 9th, Mercury moves into Sagittarius, into its detriment. Mercury doesn't work quite so well in Sagittarius, as Mercury is wanting the facts, the details, the information. And Sagittarius, coming from a much more faithful, optimistic point of view, seeing things from the bigger perspective. And so this can be a time where it's good to focus on your path versus getting caught up in the smaller details of life, as Mercury will have a difficult time discerning as it's having to navigate from this much larger perspective. And on December 12th, we have a full moon in Gemini. So this is the fullness, the completion of this lunar cycle that we are in currently. And of course, the full end of this cycle will not be until the solar eclipse that we will see on Christmas. But with this Gemini full moon, we see a culmination, a fullness of this energy that started with this Sagittarius new moon. the lunar phase that we are currently in, which is about the journey. And so what journey are you on right now? What quest are you on? What are you seeking in your life? What destiny are you headed for? What doorways are you opening? Is what this lunar cycle is all about. As it is pouring in wisdom and knowledge through your experiences, we see with this Gemini full moon at the end of this. Also on December 12th, we see Chiron station direct. So Chiron has been retrograde since early 2019, retrograde in the sign of Aries. So it has been going through this phase of destroying the ego, destroying the attachments to identity, to what we believe identity looks like in our lives. And so as Chiron comes direct, it is the full realization of who we are versus who we think we are, or who we're attaching this belief of who we think we are to. What identity, what attachments are you connecting to that are serving this false image of who you are? And on the 20th, we see Venus enter Aquarius. And so this sets us up for a different type of energy, with Venus currently in Capricorn, building up for this South Node conjunction. We see this more constricted, disciplined, destined type of love, connection, values, and relationships. But as it moves into Aquarius, it moves into an even higher destined space of individuality and also of this unique connection. And there is something about this that is connected to all of humanity through this collective unity. And so on a divine level, what are you worthy of? What do you find value in? What are you connected to? What do your relationships look like? What does love look like? And it brings in some unexpected types of connections through this Aquarian energy. And as we move ahead, we move into Capricorn season, where we go through this massive shift in seasons. Capricorn does take us into the winter of this northern space of hard work and discipline, and utilizing the resources that you have, the limited resources that you have, and this divine connection to a higher connection as we move into these higher signs in the zodiac in this winter season. And there is something here about how we're shifting from this beautiful space in Sagittarius about the journey, the opportunity, the faith, and the optimism that we're putting into this quest that we are seeking out with truth and higher knowledge, and moving into this more concrete space of Capricorn, of actually climbing to achieve those goals, about the reputation, about the status, about the height of your accomplishments. And following this, On the East Coast, it is on the 26th, but for a lot of you, it will be on Christmas Day. We have this new moon solar eclipse in Capricorn. And this starts us off on a new lunar cycle that is all about taking us to destiny, taking us to this higher space in our lives. But it is a choice, and it is about what effort and what consistency you're willing to put into propelling yourself into this destined space. And it is a solar eclipse, so we see a lot of unexpected events happening, things out of your control, going through this huge evolution through this solar eclipse. So it is sort of a weird time in your life where you really don't have a whole lot of control over the things that are happening. And there is something about this where there's a lot of people trying to control the outcome of what this destined space will look like for them. But the more that you trust in who you are and the path that Spirit has for you, the more that you move into this destined space where you don't have to know what it looks like. We don't know what it looks like. We know what this destined space feels like intuitively, but we don't actually know what it will look like. And so this is about the trust and the faith that you are willing to put in this. And it's huge that Jupiter is at the end of Sag at the moment, because it is reminding you before Jupiter moves into Capricorn that before you work to get to this destined space, you have to believe and have the faith that you will get to this destined space. And so there is something about this moment of this solar eclipse that's about trusting and allowing Spirit to guide you to this destination. And the last major planetary event that we see, we will get into aspects as well later on, but the last major planetary shift that we see is Mercury in Capricorn. And this is sort of an odd energy. Mercury does not hate Capricorn, but Mercury doesn't feel as though it's in its true power and dignity here in Capricorn. But there is something about Mercury in Capricorn where it is changing our thought process and our way of communication into a more systematic, structured, and calculated way. And so how can we change our thought patterns into a way where we can accomplish and achieve our goals and reach for this higher destined space? So that is the major transits. Let's take a look at the cards that came up. So we start off with the Knight of Wands. So this is a journey for a lot of you that is a lot about what are you passionate about? What do you love? What wishes and miracles and dreams are you looking to manifest? And it is all about doing what you love. It's about doing what you are passionate about. What is lighting that fire in your heart? And that is the journey that you are being called to move along, Aquarius. And on this journey, there is a conclusion that a lot of you are looking for with the Justice. There is this outcome that you are looking for with the Justice card coming up. And it's interesting that we get the Two of Swords, because we talked about how for a lot of you this is something that you cannot necessarily see. You can sense it, but you can't necessarily see it. And so there is something about trusting in your guidance and in your intuition, that your guides are communicating and moving you into this space, and you can intuitively feel this, but you don't necessarily know the outcome. But it is a individual journey where you are moving away from these things that no longer serve you, with the Five of Pentacles. It is about breaking away from this old space that no longer serves you and walking your own path. And so, Aquarius, this is about leaving behind these old situations in your life, and again, trusting that intuition, trusting in your thoughts and your connection, and this intuitive feeling to guide you on this journey. And with the Ten of Pentacles, it does lead you to a successful moment of settling down and seeing these blessings come to fruition in your life. But of course, this is all about being the master of, with the King of Cups, of your intuition, flowing with the universe, flowing with the messages that are coming through to you in the way that you are being guided. This is asking you to go with the flow. And there is something again about, is this something that you are passionate about, something that you love, something that fills up your cup, right? With the King of Cups. Is this something that you are putting emotion and feeling into? And so flow with your path and flow with what the universe is calling for you to do in your life. And that'll be a major theme as we see the Knight of Cups in reverse. Because there is something about a lot of you holding back based on these old emotions and feelings, trying to weigh out whether you should hold on to these feelings or not. It's almost like there's something about the Knight of Cups that does have to do with choice of what are you choosing to fill up your cup for this journey. Is it something that emotionally serves you, something that you are connecting to that serves you, or is it something that doesn't serve you and something that will take you back into old cycles? And so that will be a major choice for you in your life, is what are you going to hold on to and what are you not going to hold on? Remember that this is an individual journey of breaking away from the old. And there is something here where we talked about this earlier, about the consistency and the hard work of, are you willing to commit to this? Is this something that you should commit to? Does it feel right to you? Do you intuitively feel it? Are you passionate about it? Again, back to that King of Cups. Does it fill up your cup enough for you to commit and tie yourself down to it with the Hanged Man? So it is about committing to this new experience, to this new destined life that is waiting for you to step into. And with the Six of Spades, again, we talked about how there is something here about needing to connect to what intuitively serves you, and something about following your intuition, not following old thought systems and old beliefs and old scenarios in your life about these patterns. But the Six trying to pull you into this space of harmony in your life. But Spades dealing with the thoughts. And so are your thoughts in harmony and in sync with your destiny, with what serves you, with this higher connection of where you're headed in your life? And again, with the Jack of Diamonds, are you willing to commit to this journey that you're being called to? About this new security and this new stability, these new structures in your life that serve you, and clearing out the old that no longer serves you. And so this is a journey of transformation. And it is through taking the opportunity to experience stepping into this new space. Again, not pulling back into that Knight of Cups in reverse of these old feelings and connections and holding on to that, but stepping into Three of Clubs, this new experience, this new passion that lights that fire and that emotion in you and that serves you. And it is through that it is a transformation, a passionate transformation where you step into your power, into your truth of, again, what serves you and what moves you and what you intuitively know is your path in your life and in your experience and journey through this moment. And with Virgo in reverse, are you trying to make this perfect? Are you trying to control the outcome? We talked about this before about, are we trying to do this Knight of Cups in reverse thing of trying to control and make this thing perfect? And this we see in the lower octaves of Virgo, of this perfection and this obsession to control and make this thing look the way that you want it to. And so you are being called to go with that flow of what the universe is calling for you to do in your life, not to try to control or perfect how it will look. But again, with Taurus, to commit, to have that consistency, to stay in what is of the highest value, to stay in what is truly beautiful in this divine connection and this new journey that you are being called to move into. Again, we talked about this new security, this new stability of what serves you and betters you in your life. And not of these old connections, Venus in reverse, of these old values, these old connections, these old relationships, these old belief systems that no longer serve you. And this is beautiful. We see the North Node in Cancer of this new destined space of what home and security and this divine emotional connection looks like. And your last card is Cancer, of stepping in again to what emotionally moves you, to what is the highest emotional, divine, spiritual connection in your life. And so you are being called, Aquarius, to move into what is of the highest connection to you in your life and what truly serves you. So that is your December 2019 horoscope for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. I hope this resonated with you and you enjoyed this. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. And if you are new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any new content. And don't forget that there is a Black Friday special going on. You can have a tarot reading for $5 for 15 minutes. And so tomorrow will be the last day for that, so feel free to contact me if that is something that you are interested in. Also, don't forget the 1,000 subscriber special. If that's something that you're interested in, then feel free to comment Loyal Fan down below for a chance to enter. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. I hope you all had a great day, and I will see you in the next video.